long. It's hot. I'm sorry about that. How long would you guys like me to talk before I bring them out? Like no time? Okay, that's totally fair. Well, you're here for the Supernatural panel, so it's pretty simple. We have Sam and Dean Winchester themselves, Jared Padalecki and Jensen Ackles.
That hurts.
It's going great.
What's up, Sam?
Nothing much. How you guys doing?
Sub Los Angeles.
So for those of you who don't know, the wonderful young lady sitting next to me is the one who wrote our article for Entertainment Weekly. So please, a round of applause. Is it rude to put sunglasses on?
Apparently Jensen and I don't
Look.
care.
Do I need to do a CSI Miami line?
Yes.
It's time to pop.
Wow!
Please forgive us. We literally came straight from set in Vancouver,
But we rehearsed that for 5 hours.
which is why we didn't sleep.
Is
Hi,
that what
guys.
they do on CSI Miami?
What's that?
Is that what they do on CSI Miami?
Not anymore.
That was good.
That-
High five.
yeah. Okay, so we're talking about this little show that you guys have done for a few years now. Obviously, this week's episode, Mom left. Which,
Wait, what?
you guys don't know that.
Okay, on Samantha's behalf, guys, spoiler alert.
Oh, whatever. It has been days. I don't believe in that anymore.
Spoiler.
It has been
Hey, have
days.
you seen Titanic?
It has
No?
been days.
It sinks.
He sees dead people.
Somebody's like, wait, what?
Samantha walked out of Empire Strikes Back going, I can't believe Darth Vader is Luke's father.
It's amazing. Okay. No, but seriously, before this season started, we were talking about how it's the first time you're going to see these two kind of be sons, and to a mom at least. But now, like, how does her maybe not being ready to be their mother kind of affect that for them?
Well, I think with Sam, with my Sam, not you, Sam, I think it kind of reiterates.
Too many Sams in my life.
Too many
Not enough Deans.
Not enough Deans.
Boom.
You're what? Oh, you're so full of shit.
Answer the question.
I was going to, but the Dean thing happened and it made me nervous. I think with Sam, we see sort of this recurring theme in his life where everybody he starts to kind of get attached to leaves. And I think there are probably people in this audience who might be familiar with the show. Who I see a lot of our SBN family. Amazing. Y'all guys, amazing. I love you back. So I think we see a similar theme with Sam of every time he gets too attached to something, it ends up kind of going away in some way, shape, or form. His brother has died and come back, which, all right.
It's what I do.
But a lot of the girls in his life seem to have, except for the one I married, I suppose, but she stuck around. Hey, back off. Back off.
I'll fight you.
You know what I loved? I will fight you. I was able to watch a little bit of The Foundry, our last episode, between filming on Thursday and between trying to interrupt Mark Shepard's Facebook Live. True story. We saw he was Facebook Living, and I was like, I'm going to call him. So I kept calling his phone, and he was like, I think Jared is calling me. It's an unknown number.
So, spoiler alert, you can ruin people's Facebook Live
By calling them. By
them,
calling their cell phone.
which is perfect when you have castmates that like to do that more than they should.
I I love the Foundry. I thought it was a nice throwback to season 1, sort of the classic horror TV show. And after what we did last season with God and the darkness and Lucifer and just making it so big, we had to go somewhere. And to try and just keep on making it bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger wouldn't have made sense. And so I love that we brought it kind of back down to reality. And it's kind of, I call it the echo. And it's the same thing with relationships. You know, if you have a friend or a girlfriend or a boyfriend or whatever, and it ends, there's almost the echo of what existed, and it all becomes very real and very ethereal, and it's too early to say words like that.
I was like, wow, this is getting deep.
Wake up.
Sorry, I felt like I was in an episode of CSI Miami there for a second.
Jensen, you look so broody with like the leather and the glasses.
That's one word for it.
Hey, back off, Sam.
Is broody?
I'll fight you.
But Jensen, like we saw for Dean in the final moments of Mom leaving, obviously he's very upset about it. Moving forward, like how does this affect him? Is it almost worse than when she was dead because she's choosing not to be there?
So I watched the episode, and sometimes you think you're doing something, and then what comes across is maybe slightly different than what you had intended. And I felt like when she walked away, I was just like, no, I don't want to talk to you. Like she comes to like give me a hug, and I'm like, nope. When I don't know, I guess that's what it was, but I felt like it was such like a teenager move, like.
No, it was very emotional. It was impactful.
It was, and I think that it's certainly given us an emotional aspect that we haven't had in a very, very long time. To have that that parental unit present, I guess ever since Bobby passed away. R.I.P.
Come on.
Spoiler alert.
Thanks, Sam.
It was like 13 years ago.
Still.
Too soon?
Too soon.
Too soon. Too soon.
Still hurts.
It still hurts. There's a lot of airplane. So, but I think that's a unique aspect to this season is the fact that there is that X factor of that emotional connection with someone that we haven't had necessarily that connection with in quite some time. So it's bringing up maybe some emotions that we haven't seen from the brothers in a while.
Sure. Can we get very real for a second?
All right.
Take your shirt off, Jared.
That's not that real, not that real. Okay.
Just getting you warmed up for Stephen Amell, that's all. All right, calm down.
All right.
I did more pull-ups.
The British Men of Letters come in this year, and they talk about they have this system down packed. They are like killing every monster that ever enters their borders. Why are they so much better at this?
Well. I
kidding.
think I'll say what we're all thinking, which is that.
Agree to disagree.
No, even better. The journey is the destination.
Did you come up with
Right out of my ass.
The Hallmark card in your ass.
So, well, first off, are there any British people in the audience?
Oh, yes.
Cover
that
your
one.
ears. It's like, cover your ears.
Yeah.
So they found some shortcuts. You know what? We're going to grunt it out and do things the hard way because we learned so much more in the process. It's not about snapping your fingers and making everything perfect. It's about what you learn to get where you are to make things better.
That's such a lovely sentence. He drop kicked the mic.
That hurt my foot. So usually when you drop a mic, you can break it. So I start stopping it with my foot, but that landed right on the arch of my foot. That was a...
Or maybe just stop dropping the mic.
I will never stop dropping the mic, Jensen Ackles.
We're going to have a mic broken at the first event of PopFest.
We're going to make our mark.
I got nothing.
But I think Tony brought up an interesting point, which has been brought up on the show before, which is that, you know, Sam and Dean, whether it's like befriending demons, whatever they're doing.
Sam and Dean.
Sam and Dean. That's who you play.
Sam and Dean, the fish.
It's a bow-finned leather jacket wearing fish.
But, okay, Tony brings up this point of like, are Sam and Dean like the heroes of this story?
Samantha's like just gonna move right through that one.
I'm gonna keep talking.
We just killed somebody.
Not gonna spend time there.
Oh, sweet God. I thought you were falling.
So Dean and Sam, yes.
Sure.
No. Sam first.
Fish first.
Fish first. Salmon.
Sorry, I'm sorry. This is.
You're not sorry.
This is derailing quick. Hey, look, you can just do this.
It doesn't make the same noise.
It also doesn't cost thousands of dollars.
I gave him your credit card anyways, so it doesn't really matter.
It's all right.
I'm gonna go in a new direction. If you guys could, like, relive the making of any episode, just purely for the experience to get to do it again, what would it be?
Wow. What'd you say?
Do you like my redirect, guys?
That was a great redirect.
Thank you so much.
The remaking of an episode. Yellow fever. So there are a few.
Oh my God, they're playing.
I'm gonna
back-
go. God no. Not, the last one would be bugs. I'm gonna go off on a weird tangent. Big surprise. I would actually, if I could go back and remake an episode, I would actually go. I don't remember the name of it,
Probably do.
but the season finale of season 1. And there was a really unique experience because with your guys' support, we've been in a cool position where we're not afraid of getting canceled. Knock on wood. It can still happen, but after this long, we're not living in fear of like, oh God, they're gonna fire us. But season 1, that was different. So season 1, it was a weird feeling that we were shooting this episode, looking at each other, going like, this might be it. You know, like we don't know. There are talks of the network getting bought, yada, or whatever the situation was. So there was a weird closure to that episode, and for me, it was really powerful. We've had so many fun episodes, like French Mistake or Changing Channels, which we got to do the CSI Miami thing. Real Ghostbusters. I have a soft spot in my heart for I Know What You Did Last Summer. If you like it, then you better put a ring on it. No.
It's shoulda put a ring on it, Jared.
If you like it, you should.
Oh, really? You don't move past that one?
I
But
like
I'm
Beyonce.
gonna go with our 22nd episode, whatever the finale of season 1 was.
The car
Because it was unique. We've made fun of ourselves a couple times. We've had a lot of fun a couple of times, but I had never sat on set going like, I may never be in this position again. This might be it. It's been a fun ride, and that was 1 year in. So now 12 years in, you can imagine my connection.
Sure.
I wouldn't mind redoing Baby. That was just because it was such a unique experience in the filmmaking process. Not to mention I got to do a reverse 180, which was just awesome. But having like a
a 081, reverse 180. I got to do an 081. It's 180 in reverse.
12 years. There you go.
Baby.
Done. I'm not
Jensen's
going
done
any
with
further
this
down
part.
that road.
Like the moment you knew you had this brother dynamic, that like this was gonna work, was there like a specific, it was a long time ago, but.
I would say the first time that we met and read together for the Studio Network.
Oh.
All right. Yeah.
He gone.
So let's talk about Sam.
He still moves fast. I think, yeah.
Yeah, I would say it was the familiarity was there pretty quickly, which I think is which is why we got the job.
Sure.
And I think we just there was an instant connection. There was an instant. We had a lot of things in common right off the bat, and there was nobody else there, which was really nice. Because when you're auditioning for a part and there's nobody else there reading against you, the pressure's kind of off. So we were able to just be be chatty with each other and not have to worry about other people. But I think right away when we read that first day and then they came out and they said, "Okay, congratulations, guys, you got the job." And I thought, okay, I could certainly work with this guy for as long as they let us.
For 3 years.
Forever.
I agree. And just for the sake of being different, there was a moment, it was season 2, and I'm sure these moments happened before this, but what sticks out to me is there was a moment when Sam was possessed by the Meg demon. What was that called? Born Under a Bad Sign. I kept thinking Bad Day at Black Rock. So Born Under a Bad Sign, my character gets possessed by a demon and ultimately gets exorcised. And the scene ends and the demon has been exorcised from my vessel. And Sam is sitting right next to Dean. And it occurred to us, it wasn't in the script, but it occurred to us at this point in time that Dean would be pissed. Like, dude, you've been beating me up. You've been like torturing me. You've been mentally haunting me. Dean would probably punch him. And so we just added a moment where we kind of looked at each other on set and we were like, "Hey, you want to punch me?" When you finally realize that I'm...
Yes.
And so sure enough, we had it and we just were like, "Hey, keep it rolling after the lines end." And Sam gets possessed and sitting there. And then Dean kind of reaches over and goes, "Poosh," and just punches and is like, "Ugh." So it kind of felt like we were... like, what would brothers do? And that happened many times before, I'm sure, and many times after, but that kind of sticks out as something that it wasn't scripted. It was just like, hey, let's give them this on camera and see if they want to keep it. If not, fine, but...
Which now we see in the scripts. Now we'll have, our dialogue written out by the writers, but then in the stage direction, it'll say, and if Jensen wants to add a few other things here, he's welcome to. It's like, oh, thanks, guys.
Does it say if Jared wants to add a few?
Yeah, well, yeah, no, it does. It says, but it like gives us...
What's that supposed to mean?
Just curious.
But there's been that trust for a very long time where I think the writers know that that we know these characters very well and we're protective of them and we want to put the best performance and the best show and story out there. And so they trust us a lot. There's a really good kind of symbiotic relationship there.
You mentioned possession, Jared. Why hasn't Sam gotten his tattoo done?
How do you know he hasn't gotten it redone?
Well, you posted a shirtless photo and there was nothing on his chest.
That was a dream. That was an illusion.
You get tortured in dreams?
Sam doesn't like
Yeah,
needles.
she tortured me. Tony did the
fair.
torture. So I actually, this is really funny, and how crazy social media is. Crazy awesome at times. We're shooting, and we're like, okay, does Sam have the tattoo? Does he not? We're about to shoot. Call Kevin Parks, who we call him Parksopedia. It's like, call this, call that. Who knows? Something happened in 8, but then again, like maybe 6, or is it back? And so I was like, I can ask the people who will know if I just give me a second to type. And so I tried to type the most kind of innocent, innocuous seeming text like, hey, do y'all think Sam has a tattoo or not? And literally, I posted it, and then I sat there with the director and the AD going like, okay, this person, oh, good point. Okay, maybe, like trying to figure out if we were going to put the tattoo on. We ended up deciding not to, but our sort of justification was, it really was. It was all an illusion. You know, Sam wasn't actually in bed with Tony Bevel. It was an illusion. Maybe in his fantasies, he doesn't have
He hates tattoos.
tramp stamps. Just kidding. Yeah, he hates tattoos. I think Sam and Dean, we've talked about this. I think Sam and Dean probably love tattoos. That's the one thing. We've been like, they'd probably be tatted up. They'd be like Tom Hardy style, just everywhere.
Well, at least they'd be scarred up. I mean, the amount of scars these two
You
characters
get
should
beat up
have.
a lot. I usually win, so. What? What just happened?
Oh,
I went
nothing.
to catch
Nothing.
it.
Yeah, beat up trying to save you.
I do. I feel like they should have like Winchesters for life, like on their backs.
WFL on their backs.
No, a 4.
Winchester's
4.
W4L.
Yeah.
That's great. If somebody gets a W4L tattoo,
Oh my God.
I want to be your best friend. Period.
Only if it takes up your entire back. That's my.
I did see a WWWD bracelet. What would a Winchester do?
Oh, I was trying to figure that out. That's cute.
No.
Supernatural is happening, and it flashes to you all for the reaction shot. I always want to know what they like. Do they tell you just like imagine a ghost disappearing and you react to it? What is like the strangest piece of direction you've gotten on this show?
That's a Jensen.
Yeah, for a lot of the stuff, well, go back early in the series, and there was a lot of green screen that we used. Luckily, the technology's advanced to where we don't really use that at all anymore. They can just they can superimpose CG and all that stuff.
Green screen sucks.
Yeah, and green screen does, because you're not in any kind of an environment that is going to be what the end product is going to look like. So you have to imagine not only maybe the thing that's coming after you, but the walls and the windows and the furniture and everything. And
You actually have to act.
yeah, it's
Right.
so the advance of technology has really dumbed down the acting considerably. But yeah, there are some odd times when we're on set and we're reacting to something that's just not there, and we'll stop and be like, what the hell are we doing? This is the stupidest thing. But that happens every episode, so I don't, to pick one would be impossible.
I recall a time where they needed to have, I don't remember the reason, but they needed a low shot, sort of the camera on the ground looking up at me, and a normal shot, like eye to eye. And so they wanted me to look at a spot, but it was kind of like I was moving around in the scene, and so they literally got a C-stand, which you can probably see a few C-stands. Maybe not.
Maybe.
So a C-stand just usually holds either lighting equipment or grip equipment, and they cut a hole in a tennis ball and put it at the end of the C-stand, and they were like, okay, this is the ghost. And when you get to this mark, you're going to, I shit you not, you're going to turn around, and then you look at the tennis ball, and it starts to kind of vaporize, and, maybe there's some smoke. And I'm like, okay, what, like, are you kidding? Like, I don't know what to do. And so literally it was like you turn around, and it's like, I can't take this seriously. Like, it's a tennis ball. It's a tennis ball with a hole in it. What am I supposed to do? But we've had a few of those, and it's gotten easier because as the years have gone on, we've seen that they do good enough work on their side. At first, you're like, I'm going to look like an idiot because I'm going to turn around and go like, and it's going to be like some guy in a white sheet with ghost holes in his eyeballs. But
what's also just a couple episodes ago, in scenes like that, it's big climactic, action sequences, and there was just a scene we were shooting a few episodes ago where there were several characters all in a small room, and there was let's say a ghost getting exorcised, a demon getting exorcised. So we had these massive wind machines going. It's kicking up debris all over. Those were real. So they were super loud. So we can't hear anything, or everything's blowing. There's dirt flying in your eyes. And then you have our director going, and the ghost comes out of him. There's a bright light. It goes up into the ceiling. And it goes down over, and then it's over to this corner. And then it's down to the vent. And then everything, and I turn everything off. Okay, we're done.
That's the absolute truth. It sounded like a Brazilian soccer match.
Yes.
It's like,
it was going to end with,
and it's going
go!
And it's down. we had one. We called it Supernatural Dinner Theater. I'm so sad it doesn't still exist. The episode.
I'm sure it does somewhere.
No, I don't think so. I don't think they printed it. So we had a scene, and I think it was called Heaven and Hell in season 4. I think it was episode 10, whatever it was called. And there's like a big show off. There's a big showdown. There's a big showdown in this barn, and like Alistair is fighting Castiel, and Ruby gets dragged in with a couple of demons that end up getting killed. One of them gets killed, and the scene took like 2 days to film. At one point in time, we're shooting because there were like 8 characters in the scene. It was this huge set. And it was all taking place in like disparate parts of the room. And at one point, I'm shooting, and it's like, Dean, do you? And you hear, and we're like, what is that? And we look over, and one of the stunt guys who had been laying on the ground for like 2 days straight because he had been killed in the earlier part, kind of goes, and then he wakes up and like realizes where he is and just goes, But there was one where our director, J. Miller Tobin, who's awesome.
In that same scene, we're like hiding from this big, like, and at certain point.
The props, remember Robin?
Yeah. So there's like a knife that's supposed to like disappear. So we're like, pause, and our props person comes running in
and grabs it.
And then like sets it down. And they're like, wait, not yet. And then we actually come out from behind our hiding, and we're like, okay, guys, not yet. Shit. I mean, it was just a comedy of errors.
There's one part where they were like, okay, and there's a light in the middle of it, and so Sam and Dean are kind of like covering themselves, and
There's no light.
There's no light.
There's no light.
But they're like, okay, and light, and so we're kind of like shielding our eyes from the light, and then in character, I'm like, okay, I guess the light would be down by then, and so I look up, and Jensen's still covering himself, and I'm like,
nope, still light.
And it's all on camera. It was all on camera. We watched it, and we called it Supernatural Dinner Theater. I mean, what I would give to see that. It was awful. Like Misha pausing, and it was a really bad angle for the fight scene. So Misha and Alistair were fighting, and it's like, hiya, just bad angles. And yeah, so that kind of stuff gets difficult. And when you're doing it, you're like, how can I take this seriously?
But I really felt like I was in a fight right then.
It did. It was scary, right? Your heart rate.
Yeah. First, I want to give a few of you a chance to maybe win a little something, and I'm going to test these guys. So we're going to do a little bit of trivia. It's Jared v. Jensen, naturally. If you don't know it, you each get 3 lifelines, which is where we can throw it out here. Please, everyone, don't shout it out. I will pick someone. That person can maybe help you. We good? Okay. Jared, I'm going to start with you. Are you ready?
Born ready.
These vary in terms of difficulty. No one yell at me that they're not hard enough. That always happens. Okay, question number 1. How do you weaken a vampire?
Dead man's blood.
That is correct. Don't drop that mic. they get progressively hard. I said nobody yell at me for them not being hard enough, Jensen.
Couldn't it be sunlight too?
Technically, yes.
It's a multi-answer question.
Wait a second. But that's not in your power. You can't choose like
Well, if he
power of sunlight.
No, but you can drag them out of the, you can break a window and like sunlight bleeds into the.
Ask your question again.
How do you weaken a vampire?
Make sure it's daylight outside, break a window, knock them out, and drag them out into the sunlight.
Done. Done. Or dead man's blood.
Quit arguing.
Okay, Jensen, you ready?
No.
For this, I will accept title or number.
Oh God.
He hates numbers.
I know.
Yay.
In what episode did Castiel first appear?
No,
Who?
no number. Title.
Nope, she said or number.
No, do we get to
I'm
steal?
not going to get either. It doesn't
Do we
matter.
get to steal?
You can ask, you can have the audience, you can throw it to them if you
That's a
need help.
lifeline. You
I
can
don't
ask
need a
me.
lifeline. It was season 4.
No, title.
She said her number.
Or
She
number, I
misspoke.
accept number. I am the Sam in charge right now.
Sam in charge.
If he gets it wrong, I'll throw it to you guys so nobody shout it out.
Was it season 4, episode 1?
It was.
Lazarus Rising.
Boom!
Good job, Jared.
Lazarus Rising. Lazarus.
Yeah, I mean, I think the number's harder.
Okay, Jared, question number 3. Name the TV show Sam and Dean are first zapped into in changing channels.
Ooh, got it.
I'm going to poll the audience.
We're going to poll the audience. All right, raise your hands. Okay, let's go. You can shout it. This one right here in the glasses. Yeah. Correct.
Was that the first
Not
one?
know that.
I knew Dr. Sexy MD. I thought it was the 3-camera thing where Dean comes in with a girl. I thought it was the sitcom.
No, they get zapped right into the elevator. You know what? I say Dr. Sexy MD. Yeah, but he chose to throw it to a lifeline. It's fine.
All right, asterisk. Gilmore Girls. I'm just kidding.
Okay, Jensen. You got a 50-50 shot on this one, so it's probably good.
Why are you giving him the 50-50s?
Because I need it.
Which shoe did Sam lose in Bad Day at Black Rock?
Oh!
His left.
Correct.
What?
Is that right?
Yes.
That is right. I rewatched it for this.
I remember turning around and seeing your left sock. I have that. See, I have like
It's no
photographic.
different than my right
but
sock.
I can't remember. Huh?
It has a big L on it.
That's right. Do your socks are your
an
socks
arrow.
labeled too?
All right.
Okay. Oh, this one should have been Jensen.
Wait, did I just take the lead? I think I just took
You
the
did.
lead.
You
No, we're tied. I did 50-50.
Asterisks.
I pulled the answer. I got an
Okay.
extra point for Lazarus Rising.
In
No, you
the
didn't.
end.
I gave myself a point in the end.
in
I got
the
an extra
end-
point for knowing you had a sock on.
In the end, Zachariah sent Dean to what year? You get a bonus if you can name the virus that had taken over.
In the end, Zachariah sent Dean.
I know.
to
What
what?
year?
You don't know
Yep.
nothing. Bull S.
Jensen loves the end.
The end was season 5's finale, correct?
No.
Nope.
I do know.
Oh, the end is where I was Lucifer. Got it. Season 4, episode 4, called The End.
What year did I get blasted to? Or did I get a glimpse of, as it was technically known as? You suck.
I'm going to try. I know it's the future. I know Misha's a stoner hippie a la normal. I'm going to say it was 5 years out, and that was 2013.
2015.
Damn it.
Who in the audience wants
14?
to take this one? Okay, I'm going to go over
kidding.
here.
Was it really? 2014.
2014.
Damn it, I thought it was 15.
Damn it.
Who knows? Anybody know the virus?
Of course, yeah.
That works too. Okay, Jensen. In Mystery
Jensen, what
Spot,
is your name?
Wait, I feel like this one's really easy. In Mystery Spot.
Thanks.
You guys don't get prizes. It doesn't matter which of you wins. In Mystery Spot, which day of the week did Sam find himself stuck in? Ooh, you better not miss this.
The
The 7th.
9th day of the week. I'm going to go with the first thing that came to my mind, which is Wednesday.
Who knows? Wait, nobody shout it out. Go ahead. Tuesday.
I was a day off.
Okay, I'm going to do one final
You were
question.
6 days off.
You're stupid.
Whichever
All right,
you...
so it's still 2-1.
It's not 2-1. I have 2.
No, you've only answered one right.
Hey,
Incorrect. I polled
Yeah,
the
you've
audience.
answered 2 incorrect.
No, I
Well-
answered the second one correctly
Doesn't
as well.
count.
this question's going
You
to
have
end it all. So
lifelines.
it
2 to
quite
1.
frankly doesn't matter.
2-1, but we're not keeping score.
This is the final question. Whichever of you answers it first wins.
You lose.
Okay. Is there a buzzer, or do we just shout it out?
You just shout it. Well,
Okay.
you have a mic, so just say it.
Okay.
How do you kill Bloody Mary?
Say the name 3 times in the mirror.
No, that's how you.
That's how you
summon her.
conjure, and then you show her image in the mirror.
Yeah!
Ah! Ah!
Jensen wins, and you guys get prizes.